Today I would like to explain how adoption can change a child's life and why we should consider it as an option when making a choice to expand our families. Adoption can change a child or family's life. There are approximately 400,000 children without a home and without a family in the United States, and adoption can be a new beginning for one of them. There are several different reasons children enter foster care, ranging from being neglected by their families to being orphaned. Once a child enters foster care, it is very easy for them to become lost in the system and feel alone. In the U.S. alone, there are thousands of children's families that can provide love and care for these children and give them hope for the future. That's why it's important for us to educate people on the way they can help provide a loving home for these children without families. What are the requirements for adopting a child? Who can adopt a child in Colorado? To become a foster parent or adopt a child, you must be able to pass a background check. Are there any specific requirements for adoption? To adopt a child, you can be any of the following: single, married, a member of the LGBT community, a renter, homeowner, 21 and older, or even age 50. Next. Adoption trends from 2006 to 2015. Numbers of children in foster care. After declining more than 20% between 2006 and 2012, a low of 397,000, the number of children in foster care on the last day of the fiscal year increased to 428,000 in 2015. Entries into and exits from foster care. Trends for children entering the system follow a similar pattern. 2016, the number of entries into foster care was at its highest point in the last decade, with 305,000 entries reported that year. The number of entries to care generally declined through 2012 to 252,000, increased slightly to 255,000 in 2013, and continued to rise to 207,000 in 2015. The number of exits, which reached a peak between 2006 and 2007 at 295,000, had been on a continued decline to 238,000 in 2014 before increasing slightly to 243,000 in 2015. Children waiting to be adopted. As numbers of children in care were declining, the number waiting for adoption declined as well. The percentage of children who are defined as waiting to be adopted has remained extremely stable over the last decade, hovering around 26% of children in care on the last day. Children waiting to be adopted whose parents' rights were terminated. In spite of the numbers of children whose parental rights were terminated remaining stable, the percentage of children waiting to be adopted whose parents' parental rights have been terminated has shown a continuous decline from 63% in 2008 to 56% in 2015. There was little change in absolute numbers between 2006 and 2013 in the number of children whose parents' rights were terminated, and slight increases in the numbers of children whose parents' rights were terminated in 2014 and 15. Children adopted. The number of adoptions that are finalized each year has remained relatively flat. As a proportion of the exits, adoption has remained very stable as well, making up about 21% of the discharges each year since 2009. Next. Demographics of foster care children. 52% of foster care children are male and 48% are female. Next. 39% 5 years old or under, 23% 6 to 10 years old, 22% 11 to 15 years old, 16% 16 to 20 years old. Next. 2% American Indian, Alaskan Native, 1% Asian, 24% Black or African American, 22% Hispanic of any race, 42% white, 3% unknown, 7% two or more races. What are the different types of adoption? There are 3 types of adoption. All of them involve home studies, background checks, paperwork, long waits, and there is no guarantee of being a match with a child. Adoption from the foster care system, international adoption, private adoption. In conclusion, out of 400,000 plus people in foster care, there are approximately 5,000 of them that reside in Colorado. Foster children are in need of people to love and take care of them. It is important for us to take care of each other and protect each other, especially the most valuable of us. That is why it is important for us to do what we can to protect our children. If you have room in your home and hearts, adoption is a great option. Thank you.